Happy Friday morning, everyone. Welcome to a weekend in the life of a CRNA on call. I didn't have to go in until 11 o'clock this morning, so I got caught up on some things at home. Was able to kind of take my time in the morning, have some coffee, sit out on the porch, and then I'm just kind of cleaning up around the house and taking care of some laundry because having a house full of 3 boys, 4 if you count my husband, requires a lot of laundry. So I love having these mornings before a shift that I can get caught up on some of that while I am alone in the house. I also use this time to get caught up on a little bit of work. As some of you may know, I'm opening a med spa this fall, so there's a lot of paperwork and emails and things that I have to do for that, as well as the content creation that I love to create for you all. So I like to have this time to plan, script, and answer some emails. So while I'm getting ready for work, we can just talk about kind of how our call pay is structured. So you get just a base rate for calls. So you get like a daily base. The weekends are a higher base rate than a weeknight base rate. And then you get an hourly rate on top of that for the hours that you're called in.
You can tell who I am from the back, cause it's heavy. I'm packed, make it flip, make it drip, make it bounce, make it grip. Ay.
Hello everyone. Hopefully everyone's having a great start to their weekend. It is Friday morning. I am on my way to work. I figured for this week's YouTube video, I would do a weekend call day in the life, just kind of take you guys with me so you can kind of see what weekend call can look like for a CRNA. Let's talk a little bit about how our weekend call is structured at my facility. So if you're on call for the weekend, that just means you're on call all of Friday night into Saturday morning, and then all of Sunday into Monday morning. Saturday, you are not on call. We usually have someone else from our regular staff cover those days just to take some of the call load off of the call team, because we take about a weekend call a month, and then the other staff just kind of take turns filling in Saturdays, and they have to sign up for like 4 Saturdays a year. So it's actually really helpful for the call team to have it structured that way. And then we actually take call from home. We don't have to do any in-house call. So we get called for anything and everything except obviously airway emergencies. Like if you have to go to a code, the anesthesiologist stays in-house for those immediate needs. And then they also do the epidurals. We do not get called in for epidurals. We do get called in for C-sections and literally everything else. So I like being able to take call from home, but there are times that when you have really bad call nights, there's a call room there for us, so I will just stay. I've already got called in the middle of the night and I don't want to risk going home, getting in bed, and then getting called again. So that's the structure. So today is Friday and this starts my weekend call. I still go work a full shift at work. They try to bring you in as late as possible on your call days. So today we had enough staffing and the case volume was low enough where they didn't need me to come in until 11, which is great. So they bring me in at 11, and then just kind of depending how cases falls, I've gone in at 11 before and left 2 hours later. They have enough evening staff between 5 o'clock people and 7 o'clock people to finish the day. They'll let call go home. So it can be a pretty sweet deal, but whenever I go in at 11, I just kind of prepare to stay a little bit later, which is kind of the trade-off that I don't mind. I like to be able to get a little bit of stuff done the morning before I go to work anyways. So it's kind of a great change in the schedule from time to time. So that is how it is structured. I'm just going to do kind of a weekend CRNA call vlog just so you guys can kind of see what a typical weekend looks like for us. This weekend in particular is going to be kind of crazy for me because in between my call shifts. So Saturday is my oldest son's 10th birthday. So we're having a birthday party for him at the house. So regardless of how bad my call goes tonight, if I work all night, I gotta be up, sprightly, ready to entertain tomorrow for that birthday party. So fingers crossed that doesn't happen, but I'm fully prepared just in case it does. So come along with me this weekend. I'll take you guys through the whole weekend with me just so you can get a good look into a weekend call of the CRNA. Hi guys, so just a little update on the day. So I got here at 11 and immediately started giving lunches. We were kind of short today as far as lunch help. So I just finished lunches and it's like 2 o'clock. So it was kind of just me and then one other person kind of intermittently. And then there were some people that were able to get their own lunch. Some days that just happens and it's unfortunate, but just finished lunch breaks. It's 2 o'clock now. So we have a slew of people that will be leaving at 3. So what I usually do is check with the board runner, see if they want me to start sending some people out early or if they'd rather me stay available for unexpected things. I am going to check with the board runner and see what is in store for me next. All right, guys, I am out of there for now. Since my last update, I ended up kind of hanging out, being free, giving breaks, and then got a 3 o'clock person out at about 2:50. And then I did about a case and a half, and then we are just now down to 2 rooms. So we have a 12-hour person and a late person. So one of them kicked me out and I get to go home for now. Unless anything else changes, they will call me back in. Hopefully that's not the case though. So just for some context, our facility has a 30-minute callback time. So that just means that you're expected to be at the hospital within 30 minutes of being called when you take call from home. That's for us. There's sites that are more. So my new job that I'm taking at the rural hospital, when I'm on call, it's an hour response time. So I live kind of like right on that threshold. So I live about 25 minutes away from the hospital. So when I get called, I pretty much like have to like quickly get on the road. I mean, I still have like a little bit of a cushion, but I pretty much have to get going, get on the road. I'm not someone, some of my coworkers live like 10 minutes away, which would be really nice, but I don't mind the drive. So for me, like getting called multiple times in the day, I mean, it's not awful. It's worse in the middle of the night. Like if I literally get called in, come in, do a case, and then make it home and they call me an hour later, like, you know, it's detrimental. That's why I sometimes pack a bag and then we'll stay in our call room. Like if they've already woken me up one time, it's honestly better just to stay put and stay there than even taking the chance of them waking me up again. Sometimes I just kind of play it by ear, kind of just like whatever I'm feeling. But I like that that is an option for me if I should need it. So just when you, obviously when you take a call position, that's a question you should have. They'll probably tell you up front, but the callback time is always important to know. So I now am, it is about 4:30. I'm going to head home. We usually pick my kids up around 5. So I'm gonna go home and try to figure out what we're gonna do for dinner. Not so sure if I feel like throwing something together to cook or if I will just let them eat out. They obviously would probably prefer me to let them eat out, but I don't know. I just haven't even like thought that far of the day. I am not someone that literally thinks about what I'm gonna eat, like from the time I wake up. Like, I think that's a guy thing. Like, my husband kind of wants to know all the meals planned out from the second he opens his eyes. I'm someone that's more just like, at dinner time, I just kind of like figure it out, which I'm not saying is the greatest way to be. That's just how my brain works. So I'm gonna get home. My husband is gonna get the kids picked up. I'll meet them at home, and then we will figure out some dinner. Another beautiful morning for Landon's birthday party. Hi guys, good morning. So I was not called in last night. So that is a blessing because today is my oldest son's birthday party and we still have a lot to do as far as like getting the house ready and all that for his party. So I am so glad I was not called in last night. Sorry there wasn't more content for you guys, but I'm selfishly happy about it. However, we have a whole nother day on Sunday. I usually always at least have a couple cases Sunday morning that I have to go in to do. So I will take you guys along with me. But as far as any anesthesia stuff happening, that won't be until Sunday morning if we have any cases. So just a recap on yesterday. So I went in late, so I didn't have to go in until 11. And then I was off by like 4:15 and then didn't get called back in. So that's all about as good as it gets as far as the start of your call weekend. So I'm hoping it's good juju. Like I said, for me personally, for me, the perfect call weekend, I like to work on Friday, which obviously you have to anyways. You're part of the like regular scheduled people. So you go in and get some hours there. And I don't usually like to get called back in once I've been there and already worked. So, but Sunday, like for me, the perfect call weekend is to just go in and work until like noon. It just, it makes you some extra money. And if you just go in and work like 2 or 3 scheduled cases and are done by 12 or 1 and then just have the rest of your Sunday, like I find that to be perfect. I do like my calls to sometimes make some money, and so for me, I might be a rare gem in that, but I like to go in, work the morning, and then be done for the rest of the day and not get called back in. So we will see if that happens. So for me, my weekend mornings kind of start with the dogs wake me up at about 7 o'clock. I have kind of older dogs, so they are like really regimented and like want fed like first thing in the morning. So I usually hear them, at about 7 o'clock. I get up, I take them out, and then I feed them this food. They eat the farmer's dog. I don't know if any of you guys use the farmer's dog, but I kind of have them to blame on why my dogs suddenly wake up and whine for food. It's because they love this food so damn much. Hi everyone, so it is about 11:40 Sunday morning and we finally have a case. What I usually do on Sunday mornings is I set my alarm for 7 o'clock and then I just text whatever in-house anesthesiologist is currently there and just see if there's anything on the radar for 8:30, because that's usually if we have cases, that's usually when they are scheduled, is for 8:30. And when I checked, he had nothing on the radar. So I've kind of had all morning, which has been kind of nice, to hang with the family, have some coffee, make breakfast, start my Sunday laundry, all of the things. And then we have a 12:30 combo case. We have a combo with ortho and urology. I would say about an hour case, hour and a half at most, I would say. And that's all that's currently on the radar. I will say in my experience, when the team is there, other things magically start getting added on. So we'll see if that's the case today. But I swear, anytime that everyone is just there, ready to go, it's like doctors can smell it and they just start putting little things on that they maybe don't want to wait to do tomorrow or in the week. So that's what we're doing. I'm heading in right now and I'll take you guys along with me. Okay guys, it is 3 o'clock on the dot. We just ended up having that one case, which is great. Went pretty straightforward. I did have to stay a little bit after because we lost our IV, so just had to help get another one for the recovery nurses. I mean, just a tip for you guys. I mean, like, value your pre-op nurses and your recovery nurses. Like, always offer to help out. Like, I've never been one to just kind of drop off and peace out. Like, you know, we noticed that IV went bad right as we rolled into recovery, and I stayed another 20 minutes to get them another IV. Just value your team and always be willing to help out. And they appreciate you so much for that. And it just is overall better camaraderie with everybody. So if that's just a little piece of advice just to always keep in mind. But I am going to head home now and hope that that is it for today. So hopefully it's just the one time. If so, I will end the vlog here. Thank you so much for watching. I will be sure to do another one of these if you guys like this kind of thing, just to kind of get a glimpse into the life of a CRNA if you choose to take call. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.